Okay, so I'm going to talk about the 4 pillars creative systems that made my clothing brands over 1 million plus this year, okay? And I'm going to stray for a fact that the only way you're going to scale your clothing brand to 5K, 10K, whatever it is, you need the basic foundation, right? Is to literally produce the right creatives at a high volume. I can guarantee you the brands that are going to succeed this year and the years onwards are the brands that are able to do so, okay? Cool. Now, obviously, you know me, work with Pluto Golf, St. P, and Michon, etc. We work with over 250 brands. Biggest factor in brands at scale, we saw brands able to actually develop the right creatives at a high volume. Okay, so I'm going to show you the exact processes and systems our brands use to actually create world-class creatives. Okay, and it's pretty simple. It's what I like to call this 4-pillar process. Okay. This is specifically to make static ads, not video ads, because those are very different things. And particularly if you're a small clothing brand, I would try and stay away from producing video ads at the start, especially to run ads on, just because it is so hard to create the variable and it just takes a long time to make, which at stage we need both of them to leverage the most. Okay, so the 4-pillar process. First of all is resource. Okay, you must have product in hand. Okay, we are not able to scale your brand if we just use AI or stock images on Google. That's not possible. Okay, especially in 2025. Okay, we're actually trying to create a proper brand that lasts a long time. And you think if you can do it with AI, then you've sort of chosen the wrong industry. Okay. Number 2 is some sort of camera. An iPhone is fine, okay? If you have a camera, even better. We can utilize and leverage that. Number 3 is the actual environment, okay? Make sure you have a place where you can make content in terms of actually just flat lays, concrete, car parks. There's just nice environments, okay, that actually suit your brand. I'm not telling you need like a whole studio shoot, everything like that. I understand you don't need that, okay? Number 4 is models, friends, family. Okay, have someone that's going to be super helpful to actually humanize the brand at the start and to be able to develop these raw content. And lastly is Canva, CapCut, Photoshop, whatever it is. Use a free Canva version, it does the job, okay? Number 2 is we actually need to get the creators what I like to call scroll stop, okay? That is the main attention, okay, where the individual actually stops scrolling and we actually interrupt this scrolling pattern. Okay, let me explain this a bit further. You need to get their attention first. So the main principle of this is everybody on Instagram, Facebook, they're there to scroll. They're not there to buy. Okay, before we sort of get them into anything, we need to get them to stop, right? We do this through color, through insane quality of the actual creatives, and over which leads to pattern interrupt. Okay, so the environment, the background, the color of the ad, right? Make sure it scroll stops. Okay, so I'm going to give you examples at the end, but that's in the first pillar. Make sure your ad stands out, okay, with quality, with pattern interrupt, with the color, okay, and make sure it screams attention, okay? Actually sort of standing out from the rest of your feed, okay? Number 2 is to actually inform. This whole part is to get them to the buyer state, which is kind of, I guess, a leverage where we use to get them into the situation where they're interested to actually get them to your website, okay? We do that through offers. Obviously, that is the most common way. Our strongest USP and UVP, so a unique selling point and a unique value proposition. And if your product or offer or whatever it is actually relatable to your ICP, so your ideal client profile, okay? Last step to this process is click, okay? Getting them to, I guess, from buyer state, transitioning into actually clicking on the ad, right? And getting them to buy, right? If you understand this part, the whole point of this is literally your ads is to get your buyers and your future customers into buyer state, and your website should handle the rest through trust funnels, etc., etc. Okay, if you get them to buy, we can't just say shop now. That's very weak, okay? We need urgency, scarcity, right? Urgency towards a limited stock, a limited sale offer, right? Scarcity in terms of low stock, right? Stuff like that. A clear CTA. Make sure you tell your customers or your future customers that what to do next, right? If you want them to shop now, clearly have a button for that in your ad or in the ad itself, right? This is super important. And what's going to make them click even more is the urgency and scarcity towards it, okay? Now, let me give you some example. I think this brand is Sad Boy Saga. Okay, we're just going to analyze this ad and see how we've done it, okay? It is a value proposition, right? It says, meet the shoe that sold out 5x. right? Introducing the strawberry milks, which I assume is the product name, okay? Number one, it's like, look at the quality of this ad, okay? It is scroll stopping, right? This is definitely what's going to stop you from scrolling, okay? So the color of it as well, it matches the product behind it, but overall it's insane quality, okay, which leads to pattern interrupt, right? You've definitely got the attention mainly through the quality of the creative, okay? Now, inform, we have our strongest USP and UVP, okay? It says meet the shoe that sold out 5x. Not only this is a strong UVP, it builds trust within the ad, right? Because you're telling your customer or your future customers, right, that this shoe has been sold out 5x times, right? Which also brings in the urgency and scarcity because it has a chance to sell out next time as well, right? So overall, very solid ad, and it sort of follows the logical 4-pillar process. Now, if we look into confident, let's dive deeper into this ad. New product has dropped. Okay, so let's analyze this because I literally just took this out of Ads Manager. Okay, so just dropped leopard in the minimalist collection, limited stock, shop now. Okay, the first thing I sort of see in terms of attention scroll stop is the color. Okay, they've used an odd color. Okay, you don't usually red colors that stand out like this. Make sure you have the offer or whatever strong you're actually trying to inform, have it on, right? So that's attention as well, but also some brands use the actual product as a color as well. As a scroll stop as well, right? So instead of insane quality, because I want to say this is insane quality, I would say for the scroll stop, they try to use this color to do the pattern interrupt, okay? Now for inform, they have offer, which is the new product that's just dropped. That is also an offer. The USP and UVP is not really there, so they've just tried to utilize the just dropped as a new thing because the two strongest words in marketing is free and value, right? Free and new, okay? And this is a new product, which means it has the highest value, okay? So that is a good inform/detail, okay? Now, click and buy say this is a very simple ad, keep in mind as well, right? So limited stock, shop now, has a clear shop now incentive and CTA on the actual creatives, and obviously for if you're running meta ads, which obviously you should if you're not, okay, there's a clear shop now button on the bottom as well, but this one specifically says shop now, okay, which is very cool, right? So again, all these creatives follow these 4-pillar processes. So when you go about making these static ads, again, don't combine the video ads and static ads into one thing. They're two different things and definitely different processes. Think about this 4-pillar process and see how you can actually apply it to the creatives, because literally, especially in ads, if you make good creatives at a high volume state, which again, these you can make in Canva and you can make so many, right, at a high volume, which is going to benefit us in the long run, okay?